players. 2-1 for DocPwn at the moment. Can Jason fight back? Let's find out. It's of course Rogue again from the Doc. JasonZhou on the Druid.
There's that familiar stance again we've seen from both players. DocPwn staring hard at his mulligan, hands over his own mouth, deep in thought. Jason does nail the Galaka Crawler. As I've mentioned many, many times this week, I have seen the very best tempo rogue players outplay Galaka Crawlers in this matchup quite consistently by just navigating through their turns without playing Pirates. Well, DocPwn doesn't really have a handful of Pirates he wants to be playing anyway. Again, we see patches coming out. It does seem to be happening
kind of nuts.
with incredible consistency this tournament, way above the expected average.
I think everyone might be playing on Admirable's account, that's why.
Admirable, of course, the unluckiest Hearthstone player
In the world, maybe the universe.
Source, that's Admirable.
No, that's Admiral. What did you mean?
The Admiral.
That's like perfect. There's multiple 3-drop options here in SI7 Agent, or the Vank Leaf just to use with coin. DocPwn can just go for the dagger and save the coin, but I do feel he needs something out here to start contesting these minions.
He does, yeah. He doesn't.
Maybe SI for the 2-2, right?
Right. It's what leaps out at me, but his hand does start to get a little bit ugly with the usage of the coin. I feel like if he doesn't coin though, and any buff hits the board, he's already too far behind. Like, he's already in just an insurmountable position at that point. Because then he develops a, let's say any +1/+1 hits this board. His next turn is developing a 3/3 into a board that already has a 2/4 on it. So his opponent can just hero power trade and just play anything else, and he's miles behind.
Definitely rough. Not going for the dagger though. We're going to see very, very quickly whether this works out for him or not, and not swinging either, not trying to preemptively chip away at potential buff minion damage. Here comes the captain and his good friend Patches from JasonZhou. Already a lot of damage, no buffs in hand yet, but as you said, one may be enough. Now with the coin, this was kind of my issue with the coin, is if you save the coin now, kind of saving it for Minstrel this turn potentially, or Patches coin and then Van Cleef or SI. But like the Minstrel kind of goes away at this point because it's just not good enough, right, to play.
4-mana Blood Fen Raptor.
Yeah, it's not good enough when you're this far behind. Now I just wonder, does this make enough of an impact that two damage removed from the board and the 3/3 already on the board would have changed?
Gonna be honest, I really don't like the fight. He's making a 6/6 Edwin, but it's a 6/6 Edwin that has no right to go face whatsoever.
And it has one attack.
It has one attack per turn, and it has to trade. It does not threaten to race this board state in any scenario.
Second captain and choice of 1-drop for JasonZhou. I think Doc had to go for the SI early. Just hope for a backstab. You know, sometimes it's just the way it goes, or worst case, you have one more turn and then you can just patch it SI again.
If you coin the SI, you take care of the 2/2, your opponent has the buff, sure, they can do the same thing. Buff their guy into a 2/4, hero power your 3/3, they still have a 2/1 remaining. Well, the big difference is that they have an entire 2/2 less on the board, and then you can dagger up. You might draw a 1-drop to play with it. You can even just choose to play another 3/3 of your own to develop into that. It gives you a platform with which you can use to contest this board state. A 6/6 Edwin just doesn't.
Yeah, it's definitely really rough here. Just to work out what he wants to do. As he said, this Edwin is the idea of a big Edwin normally is to just race someone, but it's just you cannot use it in this way, and now this is only getting progressively worse. JasonZhou hasn't even drawn a buff, and it's still bad for Doc.
Yep.
You know, if he'd drawn a buff, this game would probably have just ended by now, or at least this turn.
Jason now, he has, what, 9, 10 damage to throw at the face that turn if he wanted, or he can trade and play Living Mana, and I think both are somewhere in the region of 100% win rate.
Yeah, I mean, if you could pick from all of the cards left in the deck, I still don't think it gets you there. Swashbuckler can do some wonderful things, but I'm not sure there's anything in Druid for 4 mana that gets there. Whisper of the Old Gods isn't it. And I think that's going to be a swift concede here from DocPwn.
This
Is that self-SI?
It sure was.
Okay. Head in hands for Doc from a 2-0 lead. JasonZhou is caught up.